What comes to your mind when you hear about the feat of the 300 Spartans? Most of you probably think of the famous movie starring Gerard Butler, where the brave Leonidas and a handful of allies resist a 2 million strong Persian army. But how accurate is that film in portraying real events? What if I told you the Greeks went into that battle expecting to win, that King Leonidas almost led all of Greece to disaster, and that the Persian army was not 2 million strong, but only about 250,000? Let's break it down. The choice of Thermopylae as the battlefield was deliberate and strategic. Controlling this narrow pass allowed the Greeks to block Persian advancement deep into the continent, cutting them off from supplies. Imagine feeding a 200,000-strong army in enemy territory without open access to resources. Alternative routes were considered but rejected. The Tempe Pass, for example, was too vulnerable as it could be easily bypassed. The Corinthian Isthmus only protected the Peloponnese, leaving central and northern Greece exposed. Thus, Thermopylae was the optimal choice. The immediate cause of the war was Xerxes' desire to avenge the Persian defeat at Marathon and finish what his father, Darius I, had started. Greece first intervened in Persian affairs during the Ionian Revolt, sending 20 ships and soldiers to aid the rebels. Persia saw this as a direct threat, sparking the First Greco-Persian War where the Persians were defeated. Xerxes, as Darius' successor, did not forget and spent years preparing a new invasion. By 480 before our era, Xerxes had put down revolts in Egypt and Babylon and was ready to march on Greece. His aim was a swift campaign, so he assembled a fleet of 1,200 ships and a vast land army. The Greeks were outnumbered, but they held key strategic advantages and had outstanding commanders like Themistocles and Leonidas. A common misconception is that the Spartans went into battle knowing they would die. In truth, the Greeks aimed to win. Of course, their mission also involved delaying the enemy, but they saw their chances as good. Leonidas led about 7,000 Greeks, a sizable force capable of exhausting and repelling the Persians. Before the invasion, the Greek city-states managed to unite and entrust command to their most experienced generals, which led to critical victories both on land and at sea. The Greek plan might have succeeded if not for the betrayal of Ephialtes, who showed the Persians a hidden path to outflank Leonidas' army. However, the Greeks learned of this in time. According to ancient sources, nearly the entire Greek army retreated, while Leonidas and around 700 warriors stayed behind as Spartans. They disdained the idea of retreat. The movie greatly dramatized this event. Leonidas' sacrifice bought only a day, a brief delay with limited strategic impact. The true turning point came from Themistocles and Leonidas' nephew, Pausanias. The decisive battle of the Greco-Persian Wars was the Battle of Plataea, where both sides clashed in open combat. Despite their numbers and cavalry, the Persians couldn't break the Greek phalanx. Persian general Mardonius was killed in the battle, delivering a severe psychological blow that caused the Persian army to retreat with heavy losses. This battle ended the Persian threat in Greece. So why has Leonidas' feat remained so iconic? Because he wasn't just a warrior, he was a king who chose to die for Sparta when he could have lived. The sacrifice of the Spartans became a lasting symbol of bravery and resistance. The legend of the 300 is more than a military story, it's a legacy of courage and self-sacrifice that continues to inspire today.